Hey everyone, it's Ashley and today I'm working in sponsorship with COVERGIRL to bring you this how to contour for beginners video. So I laid it out as simple and easy as possible, and this is especially for women of color, but the technique can be used on anyone. So I did start off the video with my foundation and concealer done, but I do walk you through step by step how I achieve my contour. So without further ado, let's hop right into this tutorial. So today I'm going to be talking about contouring, and there is a lot of buzz about bronzing versus contouring. So essentially a bronzer is going to give you a warm skin, sun-kissed look. It's going to cover basically the parts of your face right here, the temples of your forehead, and then it's going to come where your tragus is up to about your cheek, the apple of your cheek, and it's going to give you a warm overall sun-kissed look. A lot of artists and makeup enthusiasts use bronzer to warm up the face, add color to the skin that may have been taken away with foundation and concealer, and bronzer can be sculpted, so to say, and you can apply powder underneath your bronzer to clean it up. Now, a contour is usually going to be matte. So you have bronzers that may have a little shimmer to them, and then you have contour that's usually matte and it has somewhat of a gray undertone. So your contour is going to work as a shadow. That is why you try to be precise with your placement of your contour. So you usually aim for right underneath your cheekbone. So from your tragus down to about the middle of your cheek, down your nose, and then around the temples of your forehead if you feel like you have a forehead that needs to look smaller. The shadow is going to chisel your face, and that is what I'm going to be covering today. So today I will be using the COVERGIRL True Blend Contour Palette to show you, especially as a beginner, how easy it is to contour your face. So I've already applied my foundation and my concealer, and now I'm going to apply my contour. The shade I'm going to be using is this shade. It comes with a highlight, which works as more of an illuminator. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, and it's a little lighter than my skin tone, so this will be perfect for the apples of my cheeks and where I would usually place my highlighter, the nose, and a little bit on the temples. It also comes with the contour cream, which I'm going to be using, and then it's going to come with a bronzer. Remember, we talked about contouring and bronzing powders, so this bronzer does have a little bit of shimmer in it while this contour cream is matte. So I'm going to be using a somewhat small synthetic brush. This isn't necessarily an eyeshadow brush, but it is small enough and precise enough to fit into these spaces to apply my contour. I'm swirling my brush around just to warm up the product. And now I'm going to apply this in the areas where I would usually apply my contour. To help you map out your contour, you can suck in your cheeks. To contour my nose in a C shape. It just gives it more of a natural shape. I'm also going to apply my contour on my forehead. And lastly, I'm going to apply my contour cream on my chin. So you can use two different items to blend out your contour. You can use a damp beauty sponge, or you can use a fluffy synthetic brush. I'm going to show you on either side how to do both, and then you can just decide for yourself. So on this side, I'm going to use my beauty sponge. And as you can see, it's giving me just a soft shadow. You can blend this a little bit upwards if you would like. Also going to blend it out on my chin as well. Then I'm also going to blend the product out on my forehead, but notice I'm patting and moving in more so circular motions than anything else. And you can think of your contour as the number 3, so you can pat on your forehead just bring it down, meet it where your tragus is, and bring it into the middle of your cheek and down again to your chin. So this side is blended in with the exception of my nose. Now I'm going to use a brush on the other side. As far as my nose is concerned, it's just a little bit easier to clean it up with the sponge. So now that I have my cream contour product blended out, I am going to set it with a powder. This is the CoverGirl Queen Collection Pressed Powder in the shade Medium Deep, or Q425. So I like to set my cream products with, again, a fluffy powder brush. So I'm going to take the same brush that I used on the right side of my face and dip a little bit into this product. Tap off the excess and set. Setting the cream product is just going to ensure that it does not budge throughout the day. And I'm also going to use this powder to contour my nose. Something that I did not do was bake my face, and baking your face consists of using a loose powder, applying it with a damp beauty sponge underneath your eyes, down the bridge of your nose, in the center of your forehead, and if you want to, underneath your contour. And that is going to give you a long-lasting makeup effect, and then it's going to really set the makeup in place. So for me, I am an avid baker, so I'm gonna bake. So I like to let my loose powder set, but not for too long. So I've applied loose powder in all the places that I want to highlight, in the truest sense of the word, highlight it. So I want it to be a little bit brighter than everything else. So I've let my powder sit long enough. I'm just going to take this domed brush. I'm going to pat the powder away. I don't swipe the powder away just because it's a personal preference, especially underneath the eyes. In other areas, I will just swipe it away. Down the nose. So baking or setting your face with a loose powder and a damp sponge isn't going to make a huge world of difference, but you'll tell throughout the day as you wear your makeup, it's not going to have that wear and tear look that it does when you don't bake. So this is just to help with longevity more than anything else. So now I'm just going to take this powder brush and my CoverGirl Clean Matte Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Tawny, and I'm going to use my powder brush to dust away the loose powder underneath my contour, because this is my overall face powder. Now it's time to add color and illumination to the face. So I'm going to take my CoverGirl True Blend blush in the shade Mauve, and I'm just going to apply this blush to the apples of my cheeks. Now that I've applied my blush, I'm going to finish off with my illuminator and then my lips. The lipstick that I'm using is Katy Cat Matte, and this is in the shade Sphinx. It's by Katy Perry in collaboration with CoverGirl. And while this is a matte lipstick, I am going to go over it with a bit of a kind of a sheer pink gloss. So that concludes my contour tutorial. Again, I tried to make it as easy as possible because with CoverGirl products, it's all about achieving really fun and feisty, unique looks with the products to do so. And using their products makes makeup application so much easier. They have your one-stop shop, especially with the CoverGirl Queen Collection. I do highly recommend these products from the Queen Collection for deeper skin tones and warmer undertones. So that concludes this video, and until next time, stay easy breezy and beautiful. I love you. Bye. Mwah.